Hello, my name is Jason O'Clue, and this is my Milestone 5. This is labeled the finale. Again, I'm Jason O'Clue. Jason O'Clue was at the hospital once again. Today was his day off, but he was on call in case something went wrong. And something did go wrong. Very wrong. Blaring ER noises. Wee-oh. Dr. O'Clue's patient was rushed into the OR. He then used anesthesia to knock the patient out, and the cardiologist took over the procedure as the man was having an irregular heart palpitation condition. So that means a heart murmur, a heart attack, something of the sort. Surprisingly, everything went well in surgery, which is a blessing. Usually things don't happen that way. Except there's a small caveat. This is going to be important later, but keep this on your brain. This is our derivative. dy over dx equals 65 minus 0.2y. 65 over 0.2y equals 325. So these are some of the calculations that are going to be going into this later. So just pay attention, keep this on your brain as we continue moving. The IV was extremely undersaturated with ions and the necessary vitamins. So Dr. O'Clue was on his way out of the building when he was paged 5 times. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5. He ran as fast as he could to the OR. After hearing the situation, he realized that an IV with magnesium would be the best treatment to help this patient recover. The patient would need a total of 300 milligrams within 24 hours if he wanted to live. Because of this, Dr. O'Clue used Euler's method to draft 2 solutions. Yes, I said Euler's method. Euler's method to draft 2 solutions for the derivative given to him from management, with the only difference being the gap size between the approximated point. Because Dr. O'Clue was deeply analytical in every little thing that he did, he had to establish his axes for the graph that he was given. So y, or f of x, represented the amount of milligrams in the bloodstream at hour x, and x represented the hours. And we can see that on both of these graphs over here. So this first graph, we used the step size of 2, and the total hours went to 20. So we see it starts at 2, 4, 6, 8, all the way on to 20. And we see that the analytical line is pretty close to the Euler's line. Yes, I said Euler's, not Euler's. Now with a step size of 4, we can see it's a little bit more off. It's not as close as it should be, but that's okay. So we're going to do some more analysis. Based on the graphs, Dr. O'Clue chose to use a gap size of 2 because it produced an approximation that was significantly closer to the points on the graph. A smaller step size gives more accurate estimates. This is what Dr. O'Clue was thinking of. So this is the graph he went with. He went with this first one instead of the second one. Based on the solution and Euler's method, we can see that there's an equilibrium point where the approximation line reaches the last endpoint. After this point, the concentration of Mg, or magnesium, in the blood stops rising. So we can go back up here and we see at this point where the last red dot reaches the blue line, that is the equilibrium point, the maximum amount of magnesium that the bloodstream can hold. And luckily for us, that's the exact amount that we need. The patient would go on to make a full speedy recovery, and his blood would never be magnesium deficient again, and his heart would never palpitate like it once did. And for that, we are thankful. Thank you, Dr. O'Clue. So moving on from our scenario, here's a little reflection. I currently have not made any adjustments to my career pathway, and if anything, looking for an ideal job at an ideal location, like here in San Antonio, has only made me more interested in pursuing healthcare, specifically anesthesiology, but wherever the road leads me. Throughout my semester, my desire to become an anesthesiologist has only grown stronger, And during the interview process, I learned how to speak at a tempo that is conducive to getting a position at a job, a tempo that is quick enough for the interview to move on, but not too fast that the person can't catch on to what I'm saying. I also learned how to ask follow-up questions to the interviewer to show that I'm interested in the position, and that I'm noticing what they're doing at so and so company or so and so hospital. Um, I've learned how derivatives are just rates. I did not know that before I came to calculus. And I can see how they can be used to represent any type of data of decay or growth in the real world. Anesthesiologists use chemicals and dosages that need to be restricted and controlled to maintain patient safety. This project enhanced my overall learning and application of calculus by using application problems during the entire semester. Because of this, I understand how calculus plays a vital role in everyday processes, and it almost made me thankful for math. I'm not there yet. I can't say that I'm a math fanatic yet, but I did enjoy this class, and I did learn a lot that I feel that will be applicable to my future career. Just to end this off, here is my Bitmoji of me graduating. Congratulations, Dr. Oklu. I'm graduating from calculus. Woohoo! What do they say? Congratulations. Um, that is the end of this milestone. To Professor Cindy, I want to say thank you for teaching me calculus. Um, and I hope I get a better grade than Dami.